Wasn't all that different from my old furious confession. It was just shorter and didn't have my voice. Despite anything I may have said in channel updates or what have you, I didn't treat you guys with the courtesy you deserved. Well, they were right. I already extended my apologies to Aaron Springer and the rest of the SpongeBob crew, and you deserve one as well. I couldn't call myself someone who cares about community and not apologize for the harm I did here. Once again, I'm sorry. Sincerely, under my new name, Animateball.
Greetings everyone. I was originally going to release this update after the Christmas special, but given the circumstances, I'm saying this now. Some of you may have noticed I haven't been very active here on YouTube for the past month or so. Well, there's a reason for that. Around Christmas time, I realized something. Here on YouTube, I was one miserable bastard. I wasn't at all happy with what was going on around here, and I wasn't too happy with myself either. But let's take this one step at a time. My descent into misery began with the creation of this godforsaken thing. Welcome to the Mobrosstudios Top 20 Worst SpongeBob Episodes. I swear, if I could, I would turn back time and stop myself from ever making that abomination. Why? For one, ever since that damn thing came out, there was a steadily increasing amount of flamers and trolls coming to visit. Now, I've dealt with their kind on occasion, but the frequency wasn't the only problem. The comments were getting increasingly nasty. I know what some of you are thinking. Don't let them bother you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Not in this case, I'm afraid. As human nature would dictate, I became angry. I started fighting back, as many of you saw. I look back on those instances now and I feel like kicking myself in the ass. Not just because I was becoming the very thing I despised, but because I was setting a terrible example for the rest of you. For that, I am truly sorry. I really am. Also, it wasn't just the flames being directed towards me. There was a lot of infighting among you as well, my audience. To think one of my creations brought about such destruction made me sick. Now that's not even the half of it. Many of you quickly began to think I was converting into a rant channel. All anyone talked about was SpongeBob, worst SpongeBob, where's the top 10 best SpongeBobs? It drove me insane! When I made that top 20 worst list, I was just doing it for fun. I had the resources, so I said to myself, hey, why don't I give this a shot? And everything was okay at first. We were all having a nice discussion. I was so pleased that I gave you all your own top 20 worst list. But let me tell you this. While I was making the fan edition, I wasn't having much fun. I couldn't help but think about the other projects I would have loved doing. Projects that I could be creative with and have fun with. I was sick of watching crappy SpongeBob episodes. You know something, everyone? This was not me. This was me. I never wanted to be remembered for ranting about SpongeBob. I wanted to be remembered for making great YouTube poops. And after spending several years realizing that dream, seeing everyone call me a ranter was a real slap in the face. Once that fan edition came out and Christmas rolled around, I had had enough. I needed to get away from my poisoned YouTube channel. So for those of you who are wondering where I've been since Christmas, I've started a humble career on an art site called DeviantArt. It says I'm not going to give out my DeviantArt name, for those of you who have trouble reading. Anyway, I made a small art career for myself making Gmod pictures and comics. And you know what? I actually felt happy. I was being creative and having fun. I've come to love my DeviantArt career, small as it may be. I'd much rather be surrounded by fellow artists and art appreciators than selfish followers who don't appreciate the fact that you have a life outside of the internet. For those of you who won't stop asking about release dates, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Anyway, I look around the DeviantArt community and I see distinctly less unneeded hatred than in this infernal community. There was one rather touchy conversation I was a part of not that long ago, and I was astounded by how openly and thoughtfully me and my fellow deviants could discuss it. And I'm going to tell you what I told them. If we discussed what we did here on YouTube, our honesty and thought would have been met mostly with senseless cruelty. The conversation would have been burned down in 10 seconds flat, not even. Honestly, I was starting to reconsider even coming back to YouTube. I have grown so bitter towards this site, I've hardly felt the drive to make any videos anymore. But you know something? I'll be back. But before I return, I'm cleaning the slate and putting my foot down. What do I mean by that? Well, since I am back in college and have work to do, here are the projects that are currently slated for completion. The Christmas special, the Q&A panel, Alan Under Fire, and the goddamn top 10 SpongeBob episodes. Yes, 10, not 20 for those of you who can't listen. Also, I do not take requests and I do not do critiques. I have quite enough on my plate as is. Now, I cannot describe the relief it gives me to say this. After the top 10 SpongeBob episodes, I shall rant no longer. No more countdowns, no more reviews. I'm redevoting myself to YouTube poop. If you don't like it, that's really too bad. I can't please everyone at once, and I don't plan on trying if it means leading a miserable YouTube career. I want to lead the career I remember before this nightmare began. I am not the Nostalgia Critic, and I'm not Peanut Butter Gamer or Ben the Looney, whoever the hell they are. I am Mobrosstudios, and I am a YouTube pooper. Well, people of YouTube, that's all I have to say at the moment. I hope you take a moment to think about what I said and understand it. I sincerely do. Sincerely, Mobrosstudios.